Hello, Elia.
Hi, how are you?
I am doing well. I'm so excited to learn more about your book and what it has to offer. I know it's a special day. This is the launch. So, if you are looking for a book to help you with 2023, definitely stay tuned because you will learn more about the book, how it can help you. So, let's get into this. Elia, tell the wonderful folks, who are you and what is it that you do?
Well, I am a student. I'm always studying everything about the subconscious mind and learning all the time. And I have been applying different techniques through the years to help myself. And finally, I have the awareness that like a aha moment how your brain works, and I try to put a little bit of the information in a book, a little bit of 25 years of research and learning and applying in a book that can help other people to walk or to have the journey to self, knowledge, uh, reading the book.
So let's get into how did this book come to life? Like, how did you get this idea? Meaning, at what point in your journey did you realize, I need to put this in a book?
Well, years ago, I started writing my first book, The uh, Hunter of the Subconscious Mind, and but I wrote it on Spanish,
Mhm.
and then I have a lot of people asking questions. How can I learn? And people that they didn't speak Spanish, and then I decide to just do a continuation of the previous book with solutions, because we have a lot of information, we have a lot of knowledge outside. You can just tap in YouTube and you are going to find a lot of information, but you don't find the how can I solve this situation. What happened if I have a stomach ache? What can I do? What can I do to improve that, not to feel stress, not to feel that I'm not able to function. My brain is stuck, just in fear. What can I do? And then the Chronicles, they have the answer. They have different protocols to just apply and have a physical response, brain response, and change the perspective that you have in your life, and then change your results.
Oh, like just thinking about it, like when we were working together, I learned that when you are your mom is pregnant with you, you're recording life all the way until 9 years old. So, are you saying that this book is going to help me understand how to reprogram my mind?
Exactly. When we have a repeated situations in our life, sometimes we don't know why, and we are wondering, why me? Why the same situation over and over? Why the same relationships? Why the same problem with my business? That why is, and we don't know the answer, is because we have all that information as a blueprint in our system, and then we are going to run that program over and over. And with the protocols, you are going to feel like, oh, okay, I feel connected with that, I can work on that, and probably you are going to have a change. And if you apply, you are going to have a change, because the mind doesn't know when it's present time, past, or future. And then based on that gift, we can change any codifications, any programming that we have in our system, and just change the perception that we have about our present life.
I love that you brought that we can reprogram our present life because we think that that's not possible. But when we understand that these are patterns, these are stories that when we came into this life that we were given, we didn't understand that we can form our own. So, looking back in your own journey, what was a what was one of the biggest aha moments where you said, "You know what? I can help others." And you were like, "Yes, this needs to be shared with other people."
Well, when my daughter was born, my mom came over to help me, and then I asked her, "Oh, how did you feel during my pregnancy?" And then she told me that she was really depressed, and then that was like a this moment. What? For me, depressed is normal. And then I work on that with the statements, and everything changed in my brain. My system reset, and I was more happy. I was different, and I was like a baby steps practicing, because I didn't know how to feel when I'm not depressed. I have to relearn how to feel, and then I noticed that I applied the same technique to a friend, and she said, "I don't know what is going on with my brain. I can feel that something is changing, something shift, but I don't know what it is. I'm not sad anymore." And then I said, if it works for me, probably it works for her, probably it's going to work for other people as well. And then I start practicing, and as I decide, people start asking, "Oh, I have this problem with my legs. I don't know what it is." And then I start connecting the body, their functions, with um, the belief that they have in their brain. And I said, "This is easy. I can help others. It's not just for me. It's that we all work by the same laws." And then, well, just I'm going to do it. And then people start texting me on WhatsApp, "What can I do for this or for that?" And then I create this little group, and they all start seeing results, positive results. And then it was an inspiration as well to just keep writing and create my second book.
And this gets to another wonderful question that Robert has, and he's asking, is that like behavior modification?
Well, let's say that is a consequence, but
Mhm.
it's not because we are changing the behavior. We are just changing the perception that we have about situations. And let's say an example. I have a friend that every time that she used to go to the market or to a store, at the time that she has to pay, she was so nervous. All the time she was nervous, shaking, and she was like, "I don't know what it is. I have money in the bank, but I feel so nervous that I don't know what to do." And then I start asking questions. She had the mom alive by in that time. And then the mom said, "Well, I have a really tough situation when during her pregnancy. I have no money to pay. And every time that I went to Walmart, I was nervous because I was praying that the money was enough to cover the food for my kids." And then when she worked on that, she totally shifted the way that she saw the money. And then she was happy at the time to go to pay, and her stress changed. Her acne was, her face was clean, because she has not a lot of stress about money. That was something that she was every week, that when she used to go to the to the store, she was under that kind of stress. And it's
Ooh,
like you are resetting your nervous system when you don't have that stress anymore. You are resetting your nervous system, and then your body can work in a, easy way, in a proper way.
I love that you are bringing these up, and Robert has a question, but I wonder if that question can be read in one of the chapters of your book. So the question is it necessary to understand what may have happened while your mom was pregnant? What if they are no longer here? Is there another starting point that can be used?
Well, it's not necessary. As I told you before, as I mentioned it, the brain doesn't know, your mind doesn't know what is present, what is life, and what is future. And what happened is that when you think about something that already passes, you are going to experience the same. Maybe you can have tears on your eyes. Maybe you are going to get afraid, and you can solve it because you are going to feel it in your body because it's in your database. And it's wonderful. In the book, I have this chapter in the page 43 where I start my group on WhatsApp. I send this message, and I think that's going to, you know, have a give Robert a better idea. I Let's say the third paragraph. Basically, we work with the subconscious mind. Since between 0 and 7 years, we are in a state of hypnosis. We are just recording information. Thus, what the mother felt when we were in her womb is recorded in us as a something natural, as well as circumstances from the moment until the age of 7. The subconscious mind does not understand what is positive or negative. It simply copies and reproduces repeatedly. And then we are just recording, we are just following something, and we believe that that's normal. It's like if we have ancestors that they have really hard situations about um, limitations in our finances, we are going to experience something about our body that can lead us to just work hard, work hard, work hard all the time, even when we don't need it, because we have that information inside that it may be like a scarcity time, and then we have to prepare for it. But we don't know why. But I have no problems. I produce good money, but I'm not able to rest. I need to keep working. I'm not able to enjoy because I have that information in my system.
I'm just lost for words because as you were talking, I'm thinking about wow, we are carrying some things with us. We don't know where it's coming from, but having this understanding, oh wow, this is just a recorded life. Like our minds don't know the difference. And so is there a chapter in the book that talks about, well, I have fear and anxiety, and what are some things and steps that I can do?
But let me look for something. When we have an imbalanced father figure, the provider and productivity in the Chronicle number 10, we can find some about that. Is that you are going to have a lot of doubts about your ability to produce and to get ahead in life. Something, and that's going to make you feel anxious because the father is the protector. And then the symptoms is normally that you feel out of control, aggressiveness, perception of helplessness and unproductivity, confusion, inflammations in the prostate, problems in the urinating, like for males, prostate cancer. That's something that is very common and it's a symptom when you are under a lot of stress. And then if you have parents that had that, probably you need to apply that statements that we have in the we have a, let me show you, like
Ooh.
you can follow step by step, and then all the protocols you are going to understand why or who is involved, and then you are going to have the solution, all the statements that you need to say, to repeat with the instructions at the beginning of the chapter. You are going to have the explanation why you need to breathe, why you need to yes repeat the information. Everything is there. It's like a more a manual to follow in order to reset your life, your beliefs.
I'm over here sneezing. And I love it. I love it. If you're catching this live right now, we are talking about the Hunter's Chronicles with Elia. This is her official book launch, and I have dropped in the comments how to connect, some of the more prominent places that she wants you to connect with her. She's also on Clubhouse under her name. So she does a room. How often do you do that room on Mondays? Is it Mondays?
Every single Monday at 1 p.m. It's in Spanish, but as soon as I have people that want to learn in English, I'll be happy to start my rooms in English.
Well, we definitely want some people to reach out. Robert is saying changing the perception we have about a situation. I like that. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to drop off, but we're going to bring up the some folks that have worked with you. I know I was one of them, but we can talk to me later. I'll still be here. But let's bring up Ali, and she's going to, talk to her for a little bit, and then we have Miranda, Axel, and Alejandra.
I think Katarina is going to be here with us as well.
Okay, so see, I see Katarina. Okay, I'm gonna bring her up first, and then we will go with Ali. So I'm gonna be heading out, but I'll be in the background. And here we have Katarina.
Hello. Hello, Elia.
Maybe here.
Well, first of all, I want to tell you I'm very, very proud of you. Really proud because I think you've done a really good, not only book, but a really good job. And your efforts, I'm sure they're going to come, very successful. First, I want to thank you of the opportunity because I'm one of your followers, and although only starting, I really honestly can feel the difference, and I like that this mindset thing that you talk this manual. So I'm really looking forward to read your book in English. So I wanted to ask you who's battle in you? I mean, do you work alone? How many people are in your team? Because I think that's something that everybody would like to hear about.
Well, I normally do one-on-one, and but my main focus is in a program that I develop is integrating the mother to live in abundance. That we visit the womb, our mind visit the womb, and then we um, realize what was that codification that make us think and act in the way that we do it now. And then we reprogram our mind during the week, every week with a different subject. First week, the self-image that mom has about herself, because the way that we see ourselves is the way that we are going to see the world. And if we change our self-image, everything is going to change. And we work with the father figure. We work with the ancestors. We work as well with the the clan, the political family, all the in-laws, everything, because the way the mom was feeling during our pregnancy defined our life. And then that's something that I'm so dedicated. Our mothers, they are, sacred. They are like, they have the light of God, on them when they have the creation in the womb. And why not, to take care of them in the proper way? And as we are here already, we can change everything. Even when we already, past
Yeah.
that process, we can go back, change, and reframe, and then start have a new beginner in our life.
And I like your strategy of this. I don't know how to call them, perhaps assumption or statements that you make us repeat, and that makes us change a little bit also internally. Can you tell something about it? When you make us repeat some statements, no es real,
Yeah,
no es real, Mhm.
the thing is that we are trained not to confront or to feel. We don't have the ability to feel when we are little and we want to say something that is not proper. We are condemned about that, and then we learn how to be quiet in order to get to be accepted by our parents or by the people that we have around, and then we don't express ourselves. In the moment that we start expressing ourselves, we are taking away the stress, not to be good enough, not to be good for our parents, not to be the perfect kids. And then when we repeat that statement that we are trying to ignore, that is, I like to explain stuff like that. It's like you have you clean your house and then you put all the dust under the carpet. You don't
Mhm.
see the dust, but every time that you walk through, the dust is going to come out and you are going to sneeze. We are like that. We have a lot of information in our system. We don't know about it because we are trying to ignore it because it's painful. But every time that we talk to other people, that triggers the information that we have inside. In the moment that I acknowledge that information and I repeat it, breathing deeply, our brain notice that we are safe. It's okay to talk about that. And then sometimes we need to repeat that information. So as many times as we need to feel safe, that we receive the oxygen in our brain enough to feel safe. And then our nervous system is going to reset because it feels safe. And then the
Yeah.
experiment, what give you is the opportunity to just bring out that information, look at it and say, I'm safe. This is already the past. I'm safe. I'm okay today.
Yeah, to be honest, for the first, I love the analogy you just made. I think it's a perfect description of what it is about. And second, that it really works. It really works because I've had the proof about it, and it's this recondition of your mind. And I really recommend everybody your technique because honestly, it works very well. And I can say it, I'm just starting. It's, I don't have all the experience perhaps some other of our friends can talk about. But in my in my case, the few months I've been working with you, it has been amazing and I like it. And especially, honestly, Elia, you also transmit very good energy, very good vibes. And I think that makes everybody feel comfortable and feel happy, and I think it's amazing. You have a big power that I'm sure you're gonna make many better lives. You know, and the other thing is also the team you have. You have a lot of people working with you, and people who really are committed because they believe in you. I don't know if it's proper for me to mention. I don't know if I have the list here, but if I forget somebody, you let me know. You have Bruni, who's in in the States. You have Adrian, who's in Colombia, if I'm not, and he's in the design. You have Roberto, who's where?
In Venezuela.
In Venezuela. You have Magda in Argentina, in Cordoba. You have Mark in, where's Mark?
Mexico.
Mexico. You have Alejandra in Buenos Aires. You have Ana Maria in Spain. And and I'm part of the team from Germany.
Anderson, yeah, Anderson
And
from Venezuela.
Anderson from Venezuela. Yeah, very good team, very good people. And it's really exciting when you see so many nice people working in a nice project, working with good vibes. I think you have a lot of future. So what are you doing after this book? What is your next step?
Well, I'm already writing my next book. It's
Wow.
going to be more physical, where people can find more answers, more detail, and for people who wants to go beyond to feel peace. What is after feeling peace and mental clarity is that's going to be my next book, and I'm already working on it.
That is great. That is great. I don't know if three can send us one of our followers, our testimonials to the stage, so then we can speak to the next person. I think
Ah,
Ali.
yeah, I would love to welcome Ali and Axel.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, I'm so happy that
Hi.
you are here.
Happy to be here too.
Yeah, yes, I want you to share a little bit about your experience. Ali was more skeptical, more, it was different, but yeah, tell us a little bit, Ali, the before and after.
Yes, I remember when I first started, it was because I had pain in my wrist actually, and doctors couldn't figure it out or anything. And I was connected with you, and we did one-on-ones for, it's been almost a year now, I think, and it's completely gone. And I even noticed, even in my daily, a lot more calm. I'm not as stressed or anxious, and I make decisions better, and in my relationships with people too, just how I am able to communicate better with people because of the work I've done with you. So it's awesome.
I'm so happy, and you are really committed, because normally I ask for homework and she always finished the homework all the time. And I love that. And I'm so proud of you. I can see all your progress, and it's a blessing for me. I don't know who is more happy, when I see the people growing, or you are feeling great, but you don't know where you are going, and I know where you are going, and then I feel so thankful and happy and excited. And yeah, it's a blessing for me.
Oh, me too, for you, and I appreciate it a lot. And I'm really excited to read the book.
Okay, you can get it in Amazon. And I would love to hear about Axel, because he contacted me on LinkedIn, and
Mhm.
he just read a post, and he was like, I don't know what it is, but I want to do what you do. And that was beautiful. And now he's one of the few males that finished the basic of my program for the mother. And I want to hear about you and a little bit of your experience.
Hi, everybody. I've met Elia. I found Elia on LinkedIn early this year in January, and she posted something so vulnerable that I connected immediately with her. And I felt compelled to contact her. When I did, what I did not realize is how much my life would change. How so? At the time, I was in disarray. I was very confused. I had a lot of things in my relationship in my life that were in a topsy turvy. And little did I know that this year, I found a new job. I lost a job. I got another job that was way better. But some of those situations, through the learning and teachings of Elia's subconscious therapy, is that we're all factory reset, and that is through the mother's womb. For example, my mom is always stressing. She's always on a time crunch, and she never seems to be on time. And that's how I had that same pattern. Realizing that, I developed new habits for myself. I also saw patterns in my father that I adopted as well, that I started to change as well. And I started to feel like Axel. I didn't, being Hispanic, you tend to follow your parents. I started to feel more empowered by myself, knowing that I can make these changes. And I am a go-getter. I am somebody who likes to pursue his dreams and continue. For example, I like to do stand-up comedy. Through this program, I was able to have more awareness of myself and create more jokes and live more freely, live more comfortably in my own skin. But most importantly, is what message I relate to my son. This year, I was in a custody battle for 4 years. I I had already admitted defeat that I was not going to get his custody. Learning this new type of thought process, new way of viewing life, I realized that I had a lot of things going for myself that I did not see before. And little did I know, I got my son. I I am a happy father. My son is thriving in school, and a lot of it is through awareness, awareness of a different consciousness. Um, I've learned of affirmations through Elia. These affirmations help me, almost like a prayer, help me provide this mental stability, energy that before, if I would not have done this, I would probably knocked off my balance very easily through problems, through issues that come about life, relationships, work. And learning this new way and technique, I realized it's it's not real, it's not real. It's only part of my subconscious. And I absolutely am grateful for Elia that those simple words make you realize I'm just a storm in a cup of water. And I have the answers, the ability to change and reconfigure myself to not have to worry and focus on my path. And that is something that I did not have before. And thanks to Elia's teachings, now I'm able to stay focused and not get knocked off my mental emotional balance, and able to stay focused. I hope I explained that well. I've gone through so many changes, it's hard to explain. My relationship with my mother has gotten so much better. My mother is always, Axel, you're always this, you're always that. And now I talk to her more calm, more peaceful. And she's like, well, we'll see how long this lasts. Maybe that counts as a joke, Barry. My father too. What are you doing? You're now this wannabe nice guy. No, no, I'm not a wannabe nice guy. I am more aware of how others feel and how I felt before, that I can connect with these people and have a different direction, a more humane approach. So that's the difference that I explained to my parents. And then being Hispanic, coming from an industrial work era, it's kind of hard for them to grasp as well. You know, but that's been my experience. It's been a wonderful experience. It continues. I also participated in Elia's basic program, introducing the mother. I hope I'm saying that right. Introducing the mother and getting to know
It's
your
great.
mother through the womb, and it's different. It's not something you can just change. There's steps. I did not follow the homework to the T, but that also gave me a different sense of awareness that the steps that I did not follow, I couldn't. You can't fake it. You couldn't fake it. There's things that you try to fake it in the program, and you can't. And Elliot could tell. And once I started doing the affirmations, the letters to your mother, and then my mistake was not burning it. Once you get rid of it, burn it, you start to feel this sense of relief. You know, you have unveiled your emotions. I made a mistake. I tried working with my mother. You don't do that. You don't connect with your mother. You connect with your mother subconsciously. You connect with your father subconsciously. And this is how you know you're in the right path. When your parents trigger you in a way that you would have reacted maybe like dismissing them or not paying attention, you kind of look at them, you smile, and you're like, oh, I see what you're doing. Let me approach you a different way. And it kind of knocks them off their feet. But it allows you to connect with your parents, and it starts to change them as well. It changes in your mother, your father, and my siblings. I've noticed this change. So I will continue. And I think Elia is an undiscovered gem in the world of psychology.
Oh, you are so sweet, Axel. You are so, so sweet. Thank you so much.
Thank
I
you.
really appreciate it. And I'm so proud of you both. I'm so, so
Thank
happy
you.
to have you in my life because I'm learning with you guys. I'm learning with all this progress. The process, your process. You are teaching me. I'm learning how to, help more people, and I love all that. And I will love to bring Siri and Katarina to say goodbye. Um, Today, I'm so happy. I feel so blessed. Thank you so much, and thank
Yeah. I'm very happy. Are you happy, Sri?
I'm very happy. It's been a
I
great day starting my morning. I had a live on Instagram, and then here we are with Elia. And then I have another live later on this afternoon, actually, too. But this is what I
Bueno,
do all day
You
long.
are amazing. I
yeah,
love
yeah,
her,
yeah,
and she's so humble to learn. She's
yeah.
willing to learn and to what can I do to I feel stuck here. I think the people that work with Siri, they are going to feel so, so blessed because she's so good leading you like step by step and the willingness to help. That's incredible. I don't know, you need to work with her, and with Katarina you need to know her better because she's amazing, personal brand specialist. She used to work with Miss Venezuela to train them, and she's working on with people in Germany, the university, teaching professionals how to do the personal brand. That's incredible. And I love the way that I'm surrounded by people with this, high quality, high expectations, the big goals. That's beautiful. Axel, Ellie, we don't have another beautiful lady today, Miranda. She couldn't make it. But to see Katarina, Siri, that's a blessing to count with people.
Miranda
Amazing
is
people.
here. Hey, Miranda is here.
You
Oh,
want me to
really?
bring her up? I'll bring her
Yeah,
up.
Yeah,
Miranda, we're gonna bring you
yeah.
up.
Hello. We just need to see your face, Miranda.
Miranda, who are you? I don't see you.
We have to see you, so
Hi.
we're live, and we would love to see you. Otherwise, we can bring you up another time.
Okay,
There
okay.
she
Hi, Miranda.
is.
Okay, I think Miranda is freezed by but I will say something. I love the comments that that Ali and Axel made. I think they are amazing. I think that everybody should buy the book because it really works. It's really great. You have a wonderful talent, a wonderful team, and everybody can, really can make reset their lives for a better future. So I'm connected. I think Miranda had problems. Yeah, no?
Yes, and if she can come back up, we'll bring her back. But I would say if anybody's thinking about looking at why are certain patterns happening in your life, or you're starting to feel stuck but you don't understand why, definitely get the copy of the book. Also, book a call with Elia. She knows what she's talking about. It's weird at first, but once you go through the process, you put in the work, you will start to see a difference. And
Miranda's there. Whoops.
let's see if we can bring her up. It still shows her bars are red, so I don't know if she'll be able to come back.
She's an amazing
No.
woman. She's, changing her family patterns, this reconnecting with them, recreating a internal inner world more healthier. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. And I love to see these young people changing their patterns. They're
Yeah,
not
that's
living
like
like
me, no?
us.
Young people. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Keep on, keep on.
Well, there is no age, it's a number, but I love to see like Ali, Miranda, Axel. Normally, we start looking for stuff like that after 40, but they are so aware. They are like, oh, no, something, I need to change something in my life. And I love that humble, you know,
Yeah,
perspective. I think that's wonderful. I
yeah.
think,
Hey.
Hi.
hi, beautiful, welcome.
Oh, hold on. Let me. It's not letting me add the sound, but I can hear it on my phone.
We can hear you.
You
Yes.
can hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, good. I don't have the sound on my computer, but I have it on my phone. I was having a problem with my phone, so oh, there it goes. Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, great. Hi. I genuinely wanted to share my experience because Elia has changed my perspective on life just in general. It actually makes me pretty emotional just because I have never been able to change the habits that I developed at a young age. And she's definitely helped me recognize that it started from the womb. And once that like connection was made for me, my perception on life was just absolutely just blown, and I don't think I can go back at all. I have a lot of conversations with Ilya just about how I want to be a mom, and I definitely want to be able to give my children a different experience compared to what I had as a child. And she really just dove in deep with me, and just our like meetings and sessions that we have, she really makes me realize things about myself, or just things that I like with my parents that I didn't recognize previously, that I would try to mask, or I just was not able to dive in deep in, like just little things like with my relationship with my mother. I always looked at my mom as just like someone who was on a pedestal, and that there was no issues with her. But at the end of the day, I was the one who I grew in my mother's body, and the stresses that she felt or the experiences that she was experiencing really affected me in my life as I was progressing. So it definitely brought to light for me. And the thing that I love too about Philia is that she gives us homework. So I've done like talk therapy for years, and I really started to just give up on that concept. I went towards like doing medications for like depression and anxiety because I thought that that was going to solve my problems, instead of just trying to change the perception of my mind and my subconscious mind. Um, and the talk therapy just wasn't working. I felt like they were just fueling my ego mostly, and it wasn't diving in deep at all. With just like what was the root of the problem. It's the habits that I developed at a young age. Um, and when I met Ilya, she would have me repeat these statements over and over and over again. And at first I was like, what is this? And how I originally met Ilya is actually through her daughter. Her daughter works with me. And so that the relationship that I have with her daughter recommended her to me. And so I would just make jokes to her daughter all the time that Ilya is a wizard. She genuinely has just changed everything. But with the repetitions that like repeating those statements over and over and over again, it really does help rewire your mind and really get you to realize that like it really is just a subconscious thing, and it's something that if you can learn it, you can unlearn it. And that's just really I love the way how she goes about like her practice and how she just dives in deep with like childhood trauma and really getting to the root of where we initially learned the bad habit or the just like the subconscious thinking. So that's kind of just been my overall experience with her. I remember my first session, she just told me, she goes, "We have a lot of work, but it's possible." And that really changed for me because I have had therapists in the past who have dismissed me as a client because I was kind of out of their level of experience. And she just really took me in, and she was like, "No, we can get you to where you need to be." And going back to the homework thing, I've never had a therapist like bring homework or give me an assignment and have me take it home with me. It was always, we were in our session, we talked about it, and we we were done. But Leah wanted me to take these things home with me so that I can learn them when I'm at home, not just in the moment when we're talking with each other. It becomes my day-to-day life. And it becomes my thought process and how I subconsciously think about myself or my future or the relationships I have with other people, mostly like my family members and everything, because that's where like the root of like my trauma from the past had started with. So that's just kind of my overall experience. I have a very soft spot for Ilya. She's definitely, just like I said before, she's changed the perception of my mind and just like how my life works. And I rave about her all the time to my friends and my family, and I recommend everybody to her because she is definitely somebody that you want to have a part of your life because she can truly, truly change things and help you become a better person.
That's great.
Yes, you are adorable. Thank you.
And I agree completely with you. I think it's really amazing the work she does, and I share with you that sense. The first time I had to repeat those statements, I was like, "What in the world is this?" But it
Yeah.
works. It really works. So I'm very happy for that. Thank you, Miranda.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you. That's beautiful. I don't know. As I told you before, I don't know who's more happier. If it's me seeing, the progress on people, or you are excited, but you don't know how is to feel the freedom in your mind. And I know where you are going. And then it's something that I cannot explain, the joy in my heart.
It's beautiful because you care, and it's beautiful because you like to see us in our progress. So if you haven't and you're still on the fence, go ahead and grab a copy of The Hunter's Chronicles. Take a look at the book. As you're reading it and you realize, you know what, I want to have a call with Elia, go ahead and jump on that call and just try something new. If you've been doing the same thing, you will get the same results. That's called insanity. Now, if you want to try something new, it's out of your comfort zone, it's so different, but yet it can get you results. It's like getting on camera. At first you're like, I don't like the way I look, I don't like the way it sounds, I don't know if anybody cares what I have to say. Then when you start getting on camera, start producing those videos, or going even live, then you realize, hey, there is somebody out there who's paying attention. You are speaking to me. And all of us shared our stories of how working with Elia has impacted us. So I just encourage you, if you are thinking about a great Christmas gift and you haven't bought one yet, you can definitely get a copy of the Hunter's Chronicle or book that session for somebody, and that would be a wonderful present.
And this is also a perfect book to start a new year. I mean, to change, to have goals and to make it happen. This is the book you have to read. So I'm really happy to be part of this team. Thank you very much for inviting me. And I'm amazed with all this, what you have achieved. And I'm sure you're going to get really further. And us using your technique, we're going to eat the world. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. I love you guys, and I am willing in my to help. Who is ready? Who is looking for? Is going to find. Mental freedom is available. It's something that we don't know a lot of times how it works, but when we know, it's a blessing in our life. Thank you so much, and I hope you enjoy reading responsibly the book, because it's going to trigger a lot of stuff. But if you follow the instructions, you are going to change your results. And I love to help, and I think it's a blessing that I can connect with this beautiful community. It's a totally a blessing to have people from all over in my life, the support, and I feel thankful. And thank you so much, Siri, Katarina, Axel, Miranda, and Ali, for being in my life. And the I'm looking forward to keep growing with you guys.
Well, thank you. And
Super.
we are so excited. If you are catching the live right now, we thank you for joining. If you're catching the replay, we thank you. And so, Elia, I know you're going to be going live a few more times this week. Make sure you tune in. And until the next one, have a wonderful day or evening. Bye, everybody.